No worries.
Hi, everyone. It's Thursday. We are going to be doing the class online today on Zoom. As it was raining this morning, it's probably very wet. But for those of you who couldn't come today, hopefully you can follow along on this video. So we're going to continue working the upper back, which helps a lot with the posture and how we hold ourselves. To work the upper back, we of course have to stretch the pectoral muscles. And we'll also be working with a wall today to help us to stretch those pectoral muscles and mobilize the shoulders and get everything working in a very functional way. Now, to start, I'd like us to lie down on our tummies today. So doing something a little bit different. Come onto your mat and lie down on your stomach. When you're on your stomach, this is a very interesting position to note how you're feeling in your upper back and neck. So bring your arms alongside your body, palms facing the floor, and turn your head to the left, placing your right cheek down on the floor. And let your shoulders fall downwards towards the floor, and just take a few deep breaths. Noticing how you're feeling in your upper back and your neck. Without forcing anything, you just want to notice and feel. Notice if there's any tension, anything going on there. And this is interesting because gravity is actually pulling the tissues down towards the earth. Now, this is why you get this effect of getting to notice any tension. And let's change sides. Softly lift your head very gently and change. Place your left cheek down on the floor. And again, simply taking some deep, slow breaths. Notice how you're feeling in the neck, the upper back. Notice if there's any tension. Then lift your head and come back. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, squeezing your elbows alongside your body. Lift just a tiny bit, so not quite up into a cobra. It's just a gentle lift up. And begin rolling your shoulders, which means just make circles with your shoulders. And notice again just how mobile your shoulders are. Change the direction of the circle. Go forward with the shoulders, up and forward. Now push up a little bit higher, just a bit higher. Now you're going to be working the shoulders and the arms to get you up. And come on back down. And we'll do that again. Breathe in, push up a little higher, and come on back down. And just one more, not up to your maximum, but just a little bit, just stimulating some muscle contraction, getting those muscles active, and come back down. Now push against your hands and knees, coming up onto your hands and knees. Bring the knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders, and let's mobilize the spine. Take a deep breath in and curl your back, looking skyward, and then breathe out and round, look to your belly button. Breathing in, let's curl, looking skyward, and breathe out and round. 3 more times. Let's breathe in and curl, breathing out, rounding. And one more time, breathing in, curling, look skyward, and breathing out, rounding, look to the belly. Coming back to a flat back. Walk your hands off the right-hand side of the mat, left hand on top of the right, and press the hips back. Getting a deep stretch into the arms, the shoulder, and all the way down the side body into the hip. Lifting back up, let's change. Hands off the left-hand side of the mat and press your hips back. Getting that stretch into the shoulder, the arm, all the way down to the hip. Lifting back up, come back onto your mat. Open your knees nice and wide and slide your arms through your legs till your hands reach for your feet and bring your forehead down. Here it's a position where you really get to relax the shoulders and round them forward. This is a familiar position. And it's a position that you can take at any time when you need to relax your upper body and the upper back. Tucking your chin in, lift up. Reach far out in front of you with your hands. Tucking your toes under, rise to downward facing dog. So set your feet at hip width, set your hands at shoulder width, and let's begin pedaling right and left with the feet. Pedaling and softening up the feet, opening up the toes, getting the ankles and the legs prepped. Let your hips go from side to side as well. Then straightening both legs. Let's take a deep breath in and move into a plank position. Readjust your hands and feet if you need to, and push back to downward facing dog. So when you move into plank, coming in, breathe in, immediately lift your head, open your shoulders, really get a good posture and positioning of your upper back, and press back to down dog. 2 more times, breathing in, coming forward, shoulders lifting and opening, head lifting, press back. 1 more time, coming into plank, belly in, open your shoulders, lift your chin, and press back. Okay, let's open the feet as wide as the mat and walk your hands back. Fingertips will touch the floor. The hips will move far back in a deep squat. Lift your chin, and again, open the shoulders, and let's bounce. 10, 9, hips back, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up, bring the hands onto the thighs. Keep your hips moving back behind you. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, round your spine, tucking the chin in, hips tuck under. Breathing in, curling, lift your chin, open the front of the body, and breathe out and round. And again, breathe in, and breathe out and round. Coming back to a flat back, bring your right shoulder forward, turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Go as far as possible. Coming back to center, change, left shoulder forward, look over your right shoulder behind you. Coming back to center, we'll change again. Look over your left shoulder. Back to center and change. And back to center. Lift your chest. See if you can stay in that squatted position, hips back. Raise your arms out in front of you, and we'll do those little squats where you lift your arms, and then as if you're pushing down on a counter, come back up. Here we go. 10, push down. 9, push down. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep the belly in. 4, that's it. 2 more. 3, sorry. 2, here's the last one. 1, coming up to standing. Good. Stepping your feet in. Let's just do a quick test of the flexibility of our upper back and of the shoulders by bringing your hands around behind you and stretch your arms as straight as possible. Lift your chest, lift your chin a little bit, and lift the arms as high as possible. And you'll notice the tension and just how far you can get. Okay, we want to raise that flexibility a little bit. And release, rolling the shoulders. Nice big circles. Perfect. And we'll step to the front edge of the mat. Take some big steps forward. Feet at hip width. Knees soft, hips back, chest lifted. And when I say shoulders open, what I mean is when you lift your chest, feel as if your shoulders widen to the sides. This is an actual sensation that your shoulders get wide, okay? We don't want to lift the shoulders up nor squeeze them behind us. This is not good posture, bringing the shoulders behind. It's simply lifting the chest, which will lift the spine back here. And when you open the shoulders, it will broaden the chest. It will broaden the shoulders, although not visibly so, but you'll feel a broadening. And that's what creates the good posture. Hands to your heart center. Keep the eyes at the horizon and your neck long. And let's get moving. Take a deep breath in. Raise your eyes, raise your hands. Now, folding, bring your elbows towards your knees. Hips go way back in a squat. That's it. It's like a skiing position here. Yes. Hands come down and step back to a plank position now. Lift your chin. Lower your knees. Keep the chin lifted. And we're going to do one push-up with the hands at shoulder width. Let's go. One push-up. And then open your hands wider than your mat. And we do a pectoral push-up where your elbows, they won't bend towards your hands. They'll bend a little bit more out to the sides and towards the hips, and then back up. Step your hands back in, and let's lower to the floor. Pointing the toes, lengthen your legs. Draw your shoulders wide, so open your shoulders, and rise to a cobra. Now bring your chest down. Push up onto the hands and knees. Tucking the toes under, let's take down dog. Good. Raise your right leg up and we'll press it 3 times to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot halfway up the mat and begin stepping the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, lift your chest. Now we did this in the Monday class. We'll do it again. Raise your arms up by your ears. Breathe in. Swing them back like you have wings. Stretch your arms back. 3. Up again. Swing them back. 2. Last one. Up. And 1. Good. Come all the way to standing, arms stretched by your side, shoulders wide. Hands to heart center. Let's do it again. Deep breath in. Folding, elbows come to knees. And then all the way down, back to a plank position. Knees come down, 1 push-up for the triceps. And then open your hands, 1 push-up for the pectorals. Bring your hands back in, move down to the floor. Point your toes, lengthen out, rise to a cobra. Push back, down dog. Left leg lifts, press it to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Stepping the rest of the way forward. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Lift to a chair. Arms up by the ears. Lift and stretch. Swing them back. 3. Back up by the ears. 2. Here's the last one. 1. Up to standing. Straighten the legs. Hands to heart center. Let's keep going. Deep breath in. Folding, elbows to knees. Stepping back, plank position. 1 push-up for triceps. Open the hands. 1 push-up for pecs. Step the hands back in. Move down to the floor. Pointing your toes, cobra. Down dog. Right leg lifting, press it to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward, step the rest of the way forward. Knees bend, hands to thighs. Into chair, arms by the ears. Swing them back. 3, 2, 1, up to standing, hands to heart center, go again. Deep breath in, rise, folding, stepping back to plank. 1 push-up, elbows to the waist. Step your hands out, pectorals. Step your hands in, all the way down, pointing the toes, rise to cobra. Down dog. Left leg lifts, press it up. 3, 2, 1, swing it forward. Stepping the rest of the way forward, hands to thighs, coming to chair. Arms by your ears, swing them back. 3, 2, 1, up to standing. We have 2 more rounds to go. Hands to heart center, keep going. Deep breath in, rise. Folding, stepping back to plank, go for it. Good. 1 tricep push-up, down and up, well done. And then open your hands, getting into the pectoral push-up. Yes, all the way down with the hands in, cobra. Down dog. Right leg lifts, press it up. 3, 2, that's great. 1, swing it forward and stepping as far forward as possible. Yes. Hands to thighs, coming up to chair, arms by your ears. Lift, swing them back. 3, yes, good. 2, 1, up to standing. Here's our last round, everyone. Let's go. Hands to heart center, deep breath in, rise. And folding forward, good job. Good. Once you're there, into plank, head lifted, 1 tricep push-up. And then open your hands, 1 pectoral push-up. Bring your hands back in, move down, and open up into cobra. Good. Pushing back to down dog. Yes. Left leg lifts, press it to the sky. 3, 2, 1, swinging it forward, step the rest of the way forward, rise to the chair, arms by your ears, stretch it up. 3, and back. 2, and back. And 1. Coming up to standing. Well done. We're gonna mobilize a little bit the shoulders, upper body, and then we're gonna work on the legs while standing. And then we're going to work for our arms again with the wall. We'll be doing a fun half handstand. So to start, we're going to go into a deep stretch. Place your right hand on the wall. Fingers point diagonally backwards. And you'll take a little step forward. Opposite hand onto the hip, and you turn to the center of the room. Now here, it's important, when you put your hand against the wall, make sure your shoulder does not come forward, because this is not getting us in the right position for the stretch. You should have your hand on the wall, diagonally pointing backwards. The shoulder stays back, so you really get into the stretch of those pectoral muscles and the anterior deltoid. Turn your head, stay here and breathe. 3, it's a very strong stretch. 2, and 1. To come out of the stretch, take a small step back, bend your elbow, release, and roll the shoulder. So really letting go, and maybe you need to shake out the hand a little bit. Okay, because I feel it all the way down the arm and into the hands. Let's change sides. Left hand against the wall, diagonally pointing backwards. Okay, I do it diagonally up, not diagonally down, diagonally pointing up. So in this position, not straight and not pointing down, just diagonally pointing up with the fingers. At shoulder level, turn your body to the center of the room and hold the position. You can feel this all the way down the arm, into the forearm, even into the hands. Either you're feeling it through the fascia or you're feeling it through the tendons. Please don't go into any pain and just stay there and breathe. Deep, slow breaths. By the way, there are nerves that go straight from the neck all the way down into the arm and into the fingers. You may be feeling it through the nerves as well. 3, 2, and 1. Turn back softly. Bring the arm down and roll your shoulder. Okay. Now we do a little test of the mobility of the upper back and the chest and shoulders. Bring your hands around behind you. And like we did before, stretch your arms as straight as possible. I can already see that and feel that I've gained a little bit more flexibility and mobility. Lift your chin, hold this stretch. Breathing 3, hopefully you've gained a little bit too. 2, and 1. Release your arms down. Again, circling the shoulders and let go. Good job. Step again to the wall. Bring your elbows up against the wall at shoulder height. Palms can come together, and I like to interlace my fingers. It just keeps me more stable. Walk your feet back until you can begin pressing your chest downwards towards the floor, and you feel the stretch in the shoulders, backs of the arms as well. Please don't go into any pain and don't overdo. And relax, lifting back up. Set your hands on the wall, walk them lower than the shoulders now. Step your feet back. And again, press your chest and your ribs down towards the floor, arms straight, fingers spread on the wall. And again, take some deep breaths. Please, again, don't go into any pain. This should just be comfortable. You should feel the stretch. You can feel the upper back, hopefully arching towards the floor. And look forward, walk again towards the wall. And let's release, shake the hands out, rolling the shoulders again. Good. Coming back onto your mat, hands to the hips, step 1 foot back and open up your feet so that you're facing the device. And the feet are at least 1 meter wide, much wider than the shoulders and the hips. If you stretched your arms out, your feet should be somewhat underneath your wrists, okay? Point them slightly out to the sides and sink down into a small squat. So this is like a sumo squat. Hips are back, chest is lifted. Let's lift our right arm and set the left elbow down to the left thigh. Reach nicely diagonally to the sky and hold here. If you would like to go farther, you can set your left hand to the floor, just to the inside of your left foot. Keep reaching diagonally upwards, knees bend. 3, good. 2, 1. Bring both hands down now. Walk your hands forward and take a wide down dog. Turn your feet and you'll be able to get your heels to the floor. Press your chest towards the floor and hold. Deep breaths, arms straight, hips lifting. Straighten your legs as much as possible. You'll have a slight bend to the knee, no hyperextending. And walk your hands back. Turn the heels back in. Hands to your thighs. Lift the chest. Raise your arms up. And we'll pull down with the elbows. Pull down 5 times. Reach, but keep yourself in a deep open squat. 4, 3, that's it. 2, good job. 1. Straighten your legs, hands to your hips, and just move the hips from side to side to relax. Good job. And we'll do the other side, same thing. Bend your knees nice and low, working the legs, hips go back. So from the side, it's an open squat, hips go back. Please do not tuck your hips under. Keep them moving back. We'll set the right elbow to the right thigh and the left arm up by the ear. Reach diagonally to the sky. Both knees bend at the same level. And again, if you'd like to go farther, right hand goes down to the floor. Keep reaching diagonally. Holding. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands come down. Walk them forward once again. Come into that open down dog. Toes pointing forward. Press the chest towards the floor. Deep breaths. Walking your hands back. Turn the heels in. One hand at a time on the thighs. Lift back up to that open squat, that sumo squat. Reach your arms up to the sky, and this time, like in our warm-up, bring your elbows down, then stretch your arms back behind you. So from the side, it's that wing position. Press back. Here we go. 5, squeeze. 4, squeeze the shoulder blades. Yes. 3, 2, here's the last one. Hang on to it. 1, coming up to standing, hands to hips. Just move the hips from side to side, releasing and letting go. Good job. Okay. You could either jump your feet in or step them in, up to you. Jump or step. Right knee bends, bring it out to the side. Ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Arms in a V position, lift and open the chest, and hold. Well done. Hands to hips. Bring the foot down and we change. Left knee bends out to the side. Ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Raise your arms, open in a V, lengthen, and breathe. Arms come down and we release. Okay, everyone. We're going to get ourselves set up against the wall in the perfect position for the half handstand. To do this, I want you to sit with your back against the wall. So to get into that position, go into a deep squat, bringing one knee down at a time, and come with your back seated against the wall, and your feet stretched out in front of you. Now, where your heels are, set your gaze at that spot. That's where you'll place the heel of your hand, the very edge of the palm of your hand, right where your heels are, okay? So bring your legs to one side and set your hands there. Open your hands at shoulder width, okay? From there, you'll do a downward facing dog. Make sure if you're on your mat does not slide. Hands are open, fingers are open. Open your shoulders at the same time. Bring your right foot up behind you at the level of your hips. And push against the right foot. See if you can lift the left foot off the floor. Hold at the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, bring the left foot back down. You're back in downward facing dog. So this is the strongest posture of our class today. Left foot goes up at the height of the hip. Take a deep breath in, lifting up. See if you can lift up the right foot and you hold. Engage the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot back down. Come on down into child's pose, relaxing the arms by your side. You can come and rest. Relax your shoulders, relax your upper back. Taking some deep breaths. Good. Reset your hands. Here's the last one. Reset your hands at the same spot. Come up into that down dog. And here, if you wish, you'll set one foot and then both feet, one at a time. And you're in the half handstand against the wall. And you'll just count 5, 4. You could do 1 foot at a time. 3, that's it, good. 2, and 1. Come on back down and into child's pose. Bravo, well done. Whew. So from child's pose, tuck your chin in, lifting up, crawl back onto your mat, and lower yourself down onto your mat, hands under the forehead, and move the hips from side to side. Excellent job, everyone. Very good for the shoulders, the upper back. It's a good challenge to do every once in a while. Lift up your head, looking forward. Bring your elbows into a cactus position. And we're going to raise the head, chest, and shoulders and arms 5 times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down and relax. So we've already worked a lot, the shoulders and the upper back. We'll do one more exercise for the shoulders and upper back, and then we'll focus a little bit more on the legs as well as the abdominals. Lift up your head, chest, and shoulders. Bring your arms alongside your body, clasping your hands together behind you. Lift up head, chest, shoulders, and arms, and the legs. And stay here. If you feel good, you want to stay for a longer period of time, you can. Or you can bend your knees, hands to your heels, push the heels into the hands, and hold here. Deep breaths. Down slowly, hands under the shoulders, push up onto your hands and knees. Open your knees a little bit. Place your left hand underneath the face, raise your right arm to the sky, and then weave your right arm under your body for a thread the needle, turning your head to the left. And you can wrap your left arm around your low back and hold. Relax the upper body, relax the shoulders. Let's release the stretch, bringing the arm back around, hand under it on the floor. Push against your left hand, coming back onto your hands and knees. Reset your knees. I like to walk on my knees right and left just so that I don't get my knees in a set position where I put too much pressure on them. So lift one knee at a time just to relax. Right hand underneath the face. Left hand, we reach up and then we weave it through. Weaving, left arm to the floor. Left cheek on the floor. And you can wrap the right arm around the low back, reaching for the left thigh. And we'll just hold here and breathe. That's it. Good. Release the right hand, coming back up onto all fours. Move the knees. And take your mat, doubling up your mat, You can come onto the more padded part of the mat for your knees. Lifting up in a kneeling position. Tuck your toes under. Reach back with your right hand and grab either the ankle or the heel. Reach your left arm next to the left ear and lean back, opening up the chest. Look to the sky. Breathing here, 3, 2, and 1. Look forward, bring your hands down. Release your knees. Tuck your toes under again, rising back up. This time, left hand comes behind you, right arm next to the ear and go back, opening the chest. Let the back curve. Breathing deeply. That's it, 3, 2, 1. Coming back, hands under the shoulders, release the feet, release the knees. Last time, tuck your toes under, reaching back with both hands. Open the chest. If it's too much to touch your heels or ankles, clasp your hands behind you. Do the alternate camel position. Open up the chest, open the throat, holding 3, 2, 1. Look forward, lifting up. Hands to the ground, bring your feet to one side, and let's come to a seated position. You can stretch your mat back out onto the floor. And let's roll down softly onto our backs. So we're going to do the full circuit of the bridge poses. The first one is for the hamstrings. Walk your feet away from you, heels into the earth, toes pointing up to the sky. Arms by your sides. Lift your hips up and feel like you're pulling your heels towards your hips. There's a big contraction down the backs of the legs. And we'll hold here. Deep breathing, set your gaze at one point. It helps you to focus on the work. And bring your hips down. Step your feet in. Feet at hip width, knees at hip width. Raise your hips up halfway. As you breathe out, knees go together and you pull the perineum up and towards the belly button. Breathe in and open your knees. We're going to do this 10 times. Let's go. 10. Breathe in, open the knees. 9. 8. 7, 6, 5 more, 1. Bring your hips down to the earth, soles of the feet together, knees wide, and set your hands at your belly. And just rest here for a moment, just letting go. Press the soles of your feet tightly together. Squeeze your glutes and raise your hips. They won't come up very high. They shouldn't come up very high because the knees are wide. So let's go. Let's press to the sky. 10, 9. This also is perineal work. It also helps to create a big support in the lower abdomen, working the deep muscles of the core. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hips down. Good job. Reset your feet, hip width. Elbows into the floor. Open up your chest. So when you press down through the elbows. It helps to squeeze the shoulder blades and brings your shoulders wide. Now lift your hips and you got your bridge pose as high as possible here. Okay? Take a few deep breaths and then we're going to focus a little bit more on the glutes. Okay, walk your feet a little bit closer to each other. Place your right heel onto your left knee so it creates more work for the left glute. Press up 10 times. 9, 8, 7, 6. Only using the left leg. 5, 4, 3. Good. 2, 1. Now stretch the right leg to the sky. You still got it all the weight on your left leg. And press to the sky again. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep going. Hang in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Right foot on the floor. Set your left heel onto your right knee. So you're not going to press down with the left heel. You've just got it set there to place more weight and get the right glute and the right leg working harder. Let's go. Press up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch the left leg to the sky. Point the toes. Here we go. Pressing up. 10. Breathe out. 9, 8, 7. Hang in there. 6, 5, 4, 3. Almost there. 2, 1. Good job. Bring the foot back down. Raise your arms over your head. Reach behind you as you lower the back. 1 vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. Once the back is all the way down, open your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees fall to the right. Keep reaching behind you to get a good stretch. Then 1 knee at a time, we lift and we let our knees go to the left now. Reaching behind you. Lifting 1 knee at a time. Keep your arms behind you. Stretch your legs onto the floor. Now we're going to do some more deep core work. You'll take a deep breath in. Lengthen your belly. Feel like you've got a stretch going on there. And as you breathe out, pull the belly button in. Pull the perineum up and press the low back towards the floor. You tilt your hips. So you're pressing in and down as you breathe out. Hold 3, 2, 1. Release. Breathe in. Get that stretch again, and then breathe out, pull in and down. 3, 2, 1. 3 more times. Lengthen, breathing in. Breathing out, pull in and down. Holding. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Breathing out, pull in and down. 3, 2, 1. Last time. Let's go. Make it count. Breathe in. Breathing out. Pull in and down. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Lift your knees up 1 at a time and squeeze your knees towards your chest, rocking from side to side. Perfect. Open your knees as wide as your shoulders and lift your feet to the sky. You could grab around your calves, around your ankles, or at the bottoms of the feet. You could even grab your big toes if you prefer. And you hold here. Happy baby pose. Then from here, Keep happy baby, and you'll softly stretch your right leg as straight as possible and hold. Feel like the back of the leg is really getting a good stretch here. Yeah. Rebend the knee, and we'll change sides. Stretch your left leg as straight as possible and hold. Rebend the knee. Good. Now we're going to do both. Stretch both legs as straight as possible. They're a little bit apart. You've got your feet wider than your shoulders. Stretch them as straight as possible and hold. Lengthen your spine as well. Avoid pushing your low back into the floor. See if you can lengthen the spine. And release. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Rocking from side to side. Good. Pull your feet towards your belly and open your knees, perhaps with your elbows. Push against your thighs to open the knees more. Now we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Both knees should go towards the shoulders, not out to the side. So towards the shoulders. Grab around your legs and pull them towards you. Bring the left foot down, legs stay crossed. Allow your knees to fall to your left. Open your right arm out to the side for a spinal twist. Put your right arm up, roll to your left-hand side. Left arm under the head to support the neck. Grab your right ankle and push the knee behind you. If you can't grab it, if you could do the pant leg or simply have it bent at 90 degrees and push it back. That's fine too. Bring the right knee to the shoulder and roll onto your back. Now we'll cross the left leg over the right thigh. Lifting both up, grab around the legs, pull them in towards the shoulders. Soften the neck, soften the jaw at the same time. Take deep, slow breaths. Bring the right foot back down to the earth. Let the knees fall to your right. Open your left arm out to the side for a spinal twist. Lifting the left arm up, roll to your right hand side. Right arm under the head to support the neck. Grab a hold of your left ankle or your foot, or you can just push the leg behind you, whatever works. Good. Bring the left knee towards the shoulder and softly roll onto your back. Set both feet down, flat on the floor. Clasp your hands together and make a circle on your ceiling. This helps to massage the upper back. Often I do this at the end of a day and it just feels so good. change the direction of the circle. And it really helps to relax those tense muscles in the upper back. And the final stretch of the neck, hands behind the head. Bring the elbows in front of the face so you're really cradling the head. Chin goes towards the chest. Lift your head up and hold. Look for the stretch, but never for any pain. Turn your head to the right, looking at the right foot and hold. Back to center and the left foot and hold. Back to center. Softly lower the head back down to the earth. And set your hands onto your tummy, keeping your knees bent for the moment. See if you can get the upper belly moving with your breath. That means that your diaphragm is working to breathe. Keep the lower belly, especially the perineal region, keep that non-moving. You want to keep it strong. At your next breath in, hold the breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe everything out. Breathing naturally in and out through the diaphragm. Another deep breath in. Hold the breath, this time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe everything out. Natural breath. These exercises help to calm the nervous system. Last one. Breathe in. Hold your breath. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe everything out. Good job. Stretch one leg at a time onto your mat. Bring your attention back to your breath. And begin relaxing your feet and your legs. Relax your hands and your arms. Relaxing and letting go of the hips and the shoulders. Relax and soften the whole back, from the low back to the upper back. The lower abdomen, the middle abdomen, tummy, chest, Relax the neck, throat, and jaw. Relaxing all the muscles in the face and the region behind the ears and the whole head. Bringing your attention back to your upper back and shoulders. Imagine that region just melting like butter melting in a hot pan. Becoming soft and liquid. Begin breathing more deeply and slowly. Bring your awareness back to your position on the mat. And begin moving your fingers and your toes. Moving your hands and your feet. Arms and legs. You can raise your arms over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. Good. Bring your knees up to your chest and squeeze your knees against your chest. Rock from side to side. Lift your head, nose between your knees. And bring the head back down. Roll all the way to your right hand side. Lifting up from the side. Come to a seated position. Good. Let's rub our hands together. Bring your hands over your face, softly tapping around the eyes. And shake your hands out. And this time, rubbing your hands together, this time we're going to massage the trapezius muscles. So go ahead and grab a hold and squeeze into the trapezius. For some people, it's easier if you cross your forearms and squeeze. For me, it's easier to do it this way than uncrossed. So you try both, see what's best for you. Squeeze and really release some of the tension there. Feels so good to do this throughout your day. Excellent. And let's let go. Hands to the heart center. Have a lovely afternoon, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. And namaste. Thanks for joining. Good.